Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Bad Thoughts Studios. Today, we are doing a season 2, episode 1 of House of the Dragon breakdown. Before we get started, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe with notifications on so you guys are notified once a video is uploaded. Today, I got X Rod Television joining me today. What's going on, X?
What's up, bro?
What's going on, my dude? We've been anticipating this season for 2 years, bro.
Yep.
2 freaking years, man. And we threw our theories out for multiple episodes that we've done, and I'm excited to see what we get from that. Just our theories that we got.
Yep.
I'm so excited. But go ahead and tell everyone where they can find you on social media, and yeah, let them know.
On all social medias, xrod_TV or xrodtv. Sometimes it gets put together. But on all socials, X, Insta, Facebook, I'm there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, we got Kiki and Luca in the house. What up, Kiki? Kiki and Luca. What up? What up? What up? Hey, we got Raymond. What up, Raymond? What's up, Ray? Ray is a friend from TikTok. He said blood and cheese sucked. Yeah, we're gonna get into all that. We're gonna get into all that.
Get into that.
Oh
We're
yeah.
gonna get into that.
He said I was waiting 2 years for that. Yeah, Kiki and Luca, we're gonna get into all that, and I want you to give me your reasoning of why you didn't like it. All right. Bro, so let's start off with this. We anticipated seeing Cregan Stark this year, which is the Lord Commander of the Night's Watch. From what I'm told, I thought he was going to be the Lord of Winterfell, but apparently he's the Lord of the Night's Watch at the moment. I'm not too sure how the book works or how the story's going to go, but as of right now, we are getting that. But how was it to see Cregan, bro? Like we go back to the north and we see the one dude that we wanted to see the most.
For me, it was nostalgic, bro. It was like, once I saw the emblem on his chest, I was like, oh yeah. I was like, we're in the north, bro. And then when they showed the wall, I was like, this thing's still standing.
Yep.
We know how it is, but no, I honestly thought whoever plays him, I actually didn't look at the actor, but he was great.
Phenomenal, right?
Yeah, he was fantastic. Yeah, he gave me the sense of this is still Game of Thrones, and when he said, I can't spare my people, I got to keep my guys in the north, and we obviously know why. He's like, I'm not scared of the Whitelings. I'm not scared of winter. I'm scared of death.
Scared
we know
of
what
death.
kind of death that was, and I was like, ooh.
Bro, when he said that, I had chills, bro.
Yeah.
I had chills. This shit was fucking nuts, dude. And okay, so my initial reaction when I saw Cregan Stark, I was like, this is going to be crazy because they threw him in the freaking fire from the start. First freaking 10 minutes, like the first 3-4 minutes is him at the wall with Jacaerys, and I was like, fuck yeah, dude. When I heard that voice, bro, I thought that was Jon Snow at first, dude.
Yeah.
I for real thought it was Jon Snow. I was like, wait, what? Is that Jon?
It's crazy.
But it's that northern dialect it just gives me that freaking, that northern vibe, bro. I gotta throw the hat on, chat. I gotta throw the hat on. By the way, shout out X Rod for the hat. Everyone was asking in chat where I got my hat from.
I heard that.
Yeah, it was crazy. But just that northern dialect, bro, is just didn't it just give you the freaking like the yips?
Well, that's the thing. Like I think if you watched Game of Thrones, you have your favorite characters, but the people of the north they're different, man. They're different. Like I don't know, like I said, nostalgia. When I watch that, I'm like, damn, now I want to go watch Thrones all over again while I'm going to be watching House of the Dragon.
Yep. Exactly. And for those who don't know and rewatching this, not during the live, but if you guys are rewatching this, they announced last night that will be the only appearance from Cregan Stark for the rest of the season. Season 2, we will not be seeing Cregan Stark. Most likely, we're going to be getting him in season 3 and 4 and all that good stuff. But crazy, dude. Everyone expected him to be within the season, just be this badass guy, and bam, that was the only thing we got from him.
Well, maybe we're going to get some badass next season. Like, oh man, that's going to be great.
Oh yeah, Oh yeah. And then as soon as he got that letter, bro, he got that the Raven got the letter, and he looked at freaking he got that letter, and he looked at Jacaerys when Cregan Stark read the letter. He
Yeah,
looked at Jacaerys, and dude, you know what the note said, bro.
right,
You
right.
know what the note said, and that gave you the chills right there.
Yeah, that whole part. As soon as you looked at him, I was like, oh, like, and to be in the north, you're not even close to home, and to find out,
Yep.
as a brother, and I mean, onto that, that the next scene when you see Jacaerys again, heartbreaking. I mean, I wasn't crying, but I was like, ooh, my heart's a little tender right now.
Yep. Exactly. King of the North says, "Yo, what's good? It's Matt. What up, Matt? What's going on, Brody?" Um, Starks are badass in the books, dude. Yeah, Starks will always have or be my like.
Starks are badass. Period.
Yeah, Starks will always be my my second home, dude. The North, bro. Even though I hate the freaking snow, I'm there.
Oh yeah.
I'm
If
there.
it was summer over there, I would
Yep.
go.
Moving on to I want to talk about Damon and Rhaenys. When Rhaenys came back with her dragon, and Damon was waiting there for her and saying, "Get back on, let's go kill Vagar and its rider, a son for a son."
Yeah.
Like, dude, he's ready, dude.
Yep.
He is ready. But the beauty of Rhaenys is she's that like almost that mother figure to like, you need to relax, buddy. Like,
Yep.
relax. You're gonna get yourself killed, type shit. But seeing them two together and not taking them too, they're not like butting heads and like you need to listen to me, and then that I love that relationship between them. But what do you think about that relationship?
Like you said, they're not button heads, but it's like she has that mother figure. She's like, you need to calm down for a second. Let's think about this and wait till the queen gets back, because if you do some shit that you shouldn't be doing right now, we're gonna be screwed.
Yeah,
Like, they know war is coming. She knows war is coming. Uh, Damon is ready for war. I mean, he's ready to throw down right now. But their relationship together, she's got to keep him in check while at least Rhaenyra is away, and it's going to be just chill out for now. But
yeah,
I hope to see them in the future actually battle
working
together.
together. Yeah,
Yeah, I think if we can see their dragons take off together, because if that would have went down right away, that would have been dope.
yeah. It would have been dope, but I'm glad that they waited, because I like they without Rhaenyra there and them just taking action, they'll know that people Rhaenyra would be like, they don't fucking care about me. They'll just do whatever they want. So
Right.
I'm glad they did what they did.
And they wouldn't see her as the queen, or she wouldn't feel that way. Oh, they don't see me as their queen because they won't listen to what I got to say. So
Exactly. Kiki and Luca asks, I wonder what would have happened if they went after Vagar. Do you guys think if they went after Vagar right there and then, they would have been blown out of the sky? They had
Yep.
no plan. Um, Melis or what's her name? I forgot the dragon. They just I think it's Melis. She just got back with her dragon, so her dragon was tired. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it was just from there. There was no way of going all the way to Dragonstone and fighting Vagar. There's just no point.
Yeah, no, especially if, after she said she covered 100 miles of sea, there's no way her dragon would have been ready. I mean, even if you gave it, hours, still within that same day, no way.
Yeah,
And I think, if they could have done that, they would have shown that the dragon now is tired, and maybe at some point, because Aemon rides Vagar, so he would have maybe noticed that the dragon was tired or whatever. Maybe went after her alone for a little bit, and then went after Daemon. Let's say Vagar is massive, and
massive.
obviously, Lucerys didn't stand a chance. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, he had the smallest dragon in the
right.
so. King of the North says she almost feels like Catelyn Stark in a way to keep Rob in check. I think that's the perfect
That's a
comparison.
perfect example. I like that.
Yep. A perfect example. I went over this with my chat. They someone had said something in my TikTok. Someone had said something about this, and it was one of the most perfect comparisons ever. Like they are the same people. They they keep everyone in check. They love their family. Like Corliss Valarian, when he came back from the Stepstones hurt and all that stuff, um, Rhaenys wasn't pledging her loyalty to anyone. She didn't pledge her loyalty to anyone. She waited for Corliss to come home and do that.
Yeah.
And that shows the kind of woman she is, and the kind of leader that a wife should have, or a husband should have, is a wife like that. You know what I'm saying?
And I would say for Catelyn Stark and Robb Stark, she waited for a lot of stuff for him to come back home. And they talked about it and then made their decisions. I definitely think that's a great comparison for sure.
Yep. Yep. Moving on to Rhaenyra. When they were zooming into Rhaenyra's face, right? And she had that sad look on her face. Her clothes were dirty. Her face was dirty. You could tell she's been out for days looking for her son. Bro, that was heartbreaking.
When she's on the beach.
Yeah,
that
was heartbreaking, bro. You could tell she was looking for something, and then the fishermen's come in and they have a dragon wing connected to a what is it called, a net, right?
Yeah.
And I was so happy they didn't show like a body. They just showed his cloak and a wing. But what's your opinion on that scene? Because it was heartbreaking for me, man.
It's kind of for her to find people pulling out the wing. I mean, the people that were there were excited to find a wing, not knowing the backstory. And she pulls up, which I thought was fantastic. Hire, but just took off. But she pulls up and she's distraught. I mean, she knows whose wing this is. And once I think she found like a piece of clothing or whatever it was. Maybe it was his jacket.
Yeah.
She was just heartbroken. But yeah, I think if they had like a body part or of anything at all, man, that would have she would have just lost it. Like she already did lose it, but it would have been way worse. Way worse.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm glad that they showed her being a mother first than a queen, because it shows Rhaenyra is people look at her as just a queen and she should be loyal to the realm, and she wants people to know, like, I'm a mother first and then a queen. And she showed that by being out looking for her son, showing the emotion she did. And then she comes back and she hugs Jacaerys, and they both break down, dude. I'm not gonna lie, I shed a tear on that part.
That's what I'm saying, dude. My heart was tender at that. I was like, ooh, like, because for me, I have a brother. I don't know what I would do, as much as he does irritate me sometimes. There's no feeling that you can have when you lose, especially a sibling or someone's extremely close to you. It's. Yeah, and they both played that. The fact that he walked in the room and was trying to tell her, like, as a messenger he was supposed to be, and he couldn't even hold it together. He was like,
"Yeah,
the North is giving us 2,000 men," and she was like, "Just shut up and give me a hug."
Yep. And bro, can we, like, the person who stole the show in season, or in episode 1, was Rhaenyra, and she had 4 fucking words within the whole episode, bro.
Yep.
The 4 words within the whole episode. I want Aemon Targaryen, dude. I have the chills. When she said that, I have the chills now. Like, it was such a like passionate fucking statement by her. And like I said, she's a mother first, bro. She acts like she's a mother and all that stuff, but you could tell that was a queen talking. You know what I'm saying? I want Aemon Targaryen, dude. What'd you think about that?
I thought that was great, and what a reaction to have, especially like at that point you can say it's going to cost the lives of everybody I love. This war is going to start. I mean, and especially between family, it's everyone you love and everyone you've ever cared about against each other. So she had the opportunity to stop it, and she said, "No, fuck this. Give me him." You know, and. Especially like close in bloodline like that, she didn't give a fuck. She's like, it's over.
Yeah. Let's go to the comments real quick. Young Rhaenyra, Millie Alcock was tough. I like Emma Darcy, but she always seems weak. I mean, Kiki and Luca, it's not the actress, it's the writing, it's the script. You got to remember that she's an older person now, and she had her mom, and what happened to her mom broke her. You know what I'm saying? And that when she became a mother, her whole life changed, bro. And that you could tell on screen too. When she became a mother, she became this person. Of course, we got to see her start as a mother. Like she already had two kids. She was given birth when we seen Emma Darcy first, the first in season one. Like that was the character she became in that time jump. But that's just screenwriting, bro. That's all in my opinion. Kiki and Lucas says, "What else was on the wing?" No, that wasn't a part of the body. It was the Lucerys or just Lucerys's cloak. Lucerys's cloak or his clothes. I want to see Rhaenyra the Cruel. You're gonna see her now.
Mm-hmm. Now she's breathing fire. She's a dragon now. She's breathing fire.
Oh yeah. That's a good point. Thanks. Yeah. So next, bro, I want to talk about Aegon. Aegon surprised me.
He surprised me too.
Aegon fucking surprised me, bro. I was very impressed with, him as a father. The only thing cruel that he really did in episode 1 was have his son go to ride Tywin Lannister. Yeah. And I mean, not that he did it, but he was encouraging him to do it. And that was the only cruel thing that he kind of tried to put power over Tywin and say, "Oh, I want to have my son get on your back and ride you like a pony." But what'd you think about Aegon, bro? I was impressed. I was, not that I'm an Aegon fan yet, but he's growing on me now.
So it was funny because when I saw that scene with Tywin, and he said, he was like, "Oh, are we bothering you?" And then I was like, yeah, dude, they let the kid have the damn ball for a second. Like, what do you care? You don't necessarily need it. It's just to symbolize that you're there. Everybody sees you, so you're good. But I thought that was hilarious when he was like, "Be his pony," and that would have been hilarious to see a Lannister, a Lannister on his knees. But the part that surprised me the most was that he's coming into his king roles. Mm-hmm. As he's still kind of, to me, I consider him like a frat boy. He has that kind of frat boy vibe, like especially at the end when he was sitting on the throne hanging out with his boys. But at the same time, when he was taking the petitions from the townsfolk, he was talking to them and he was like, "I want to do right by you guys," and of course, Otto won't just shut up and let him do what he's got to do. Like, bro, I get it. You're going to war, and you're going to need as much as you can, especially from the people of the town or your city. But like at the same time, he's trying to be a good king, so people can support him. And from what I recall in Game of Thrones, is that the Targaryens did care about the people, or at least for a few of them until the last Aegon was taken over.
Yep.
But yeah, and when he said, "I'll give you back your sheep," and the guy was surprised, I was like, "Shit, I'm shocked too, bro," because I was expecting to say that. I mean, he could have said, "We'll give you half of what we've taken back," or something. But yeah, I thought that was great. And yeah, for him to be a father, even though we know some of his kids are out there in the streets, in fighting pits and shit, that was still, I was like, damn, he cares.
The one thing that I think changed him was people chanting his name during his coronation, and he holds up his sword.
Yeah.
And as they're cheering his name, I think that changed him for the good. He's seen the people were cheering his name. He thinks he should do right by them.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And I think that might have changed Aegon. Now, we'll get to what happened at the end, but I'm sure that's going to change it back to who he was. But he surprised me, bro. Aegon surprised me. He's maturing. He knew his role as a king. He's stepping into it. And he was trying to do right by his people, as you could tell during those meetings. And he was being a father.
Yeah.
He brought his son to the council meeting. Although he didn't last there very long, but yeah. Aegon was really good. Keegan Lucas says Aegon was really good. King of the North says, even though I'm not Team Green, they're cool as hell. Aegon definitely gives Ramsey vibes. I disagree with that.
Oh,
I
I
disagree with
mean,
that.
I don't think we're torturing, but
I would have to disagree with that one. If anything, maybe like a Jamie Lannister vibe, because he was kind of like an asshole at first. And
yeah, I agree with that.
maybe not as far as swordsmen's, but maybe I don't know. Ramsey, maybe not yet. Maybe possibly here in the future, but as of right now, I don't think so.
Maybe after this episode, we might say a little bit more of a Ramsey vibe.
Yeah, Aegon and Aemon, both fantastic actors. Yeah, I can't agree. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. All right, moving on to Helena, bro. Helena Targaryen. Um, that scene where she's sitting down knitting the shroud. Um, it was a very cool scene to me. Um, if you guys look closely, Aegon walks in, they have their conversation. Aegon says, I want my son. She says, why do you want him? He's doing his studies. Aegon says, I want to take him to the council meeting. He's going to be king one day. And Aegon says the words, he's going to be king one day. Correct? Helena responds and says, what if he doesn't want to be king? And that will be a statement we'll come back on when we talk about Blood and Cheese. But she says, what if he doesn't want to be king? And then he goes and says, where is he, or where's this, where's the studies? But when Aegon starts to walk out, she stops him and says, I'm afraid. And when she said that, she starts to talk. She said she's afraid of the rats. And then as soon as she says, I'm afraid of the rats, she looks at the left crib. Later on, we'll talk about when we talk about Blood and Cheese. She points at the left crib. But Helena is people need to realize that Helena is a character who doesn't feel emotion, or not feel emotion, but she doesn't process emotions like everyone else within the realm. She is, I think it's called a Eurodivergent. I think it's called. I forgot the word. But she just doesn't process information like everyone else. Also, she is a dragon dreamer. She has these dreams that you guys got to remember, she's a high tower. She's a Targaryen, but she's mostly a high tower. No Targaryen really talked to Helena like for Rhaenyra. She had her mom. She had the education from her mother. For her, she's a high tower. So she's getting these dreams, and she doesn't know what to do with them. No one explained anything to her. No one told her how these dreams work. No one knows where these, how long in the future she knows what's going to happen. Like, she doesn't know any of this stuff, and she has no one else to talk to about it because they all think she's crazy. They all think she's weird. But
Yeah.
talk to me about Helena, not the Blood and Cheese part yet, but talk to me about Helena and her, the way she acts. What do you think about her character in season 1 or episode 1?
When we find out she can see the future, I mean, obviously the Helena line that sits in my head is, beware the beasts beneath the floorboards.
Beasts beneath the boards.
Beasts beneath the boards. Hey, that was wild to say already off the spot, and we have no idea. We can only assume it was the dragons, but now, saying when she said, I'm scared of the rats. Not what I was entirely thinking for the ending. I was actually thinking, what's his name? Strong.
Larry Strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking him because I know a lot of people were saying, or a lot of theory was he can control the rats.
I said that. Go ahead.
Oh. No, I think I said it. Yeah. But yeah, that was a theory that you came up with.
Thank you.
That he can control the rats, and then they really started to focus on that at the end of season 1. So now all this information, or I don't know if the rats are seeing this and chirping it to him and saying whatever, but then the ending threw me because obviously I don't read the books. So now I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about the rat catcher, we're not talking about anything else. But yeah, for her character and her reactions to things, I don't think she can really necessarily have these emotions because she sees it already. So is she having the emotion in the time she's seeing these visions, and has already processed it? So now it's time. No reaction. Let's just see if she can change it. I think that's maybe what because she tries to deter at the end with blood and cheese and having her necklace taken in a value of maybe her children. But again, she doesn't react to I'm scared of the rats, but that's about it. She doesn't really show anymore. That's kind of it. But I do love her character because she foreshadows so much in very few words. And then you're like, okay, well, now I need to know. Like, what are we talking about?
Yep. Candy Camper, what up, bro? Wow, is that X-Rod? I haven't seen him on a show in a while. I know, that's facts.
Because he sees me in real life sometimes.
That's facts. So the word I was looking for is neurodivergent. Let me read this to you guys. Neurodivergent person refers to a person on the autism spectrum, or more generally, to someone whose brain processes information in a way that is not typically of most individuals. So she can't process information properly. You could tell she's always to herself. She's very like, if someone talks to her, she puts her head down. Remember when Otto came in and asking where Aegon was? She like comes in and puts her head down. You know what I'm saying? Like it's those kind of.
That's why I was laughing.
Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. But yeah, she that's her. Like people don't realize that. They think she's just this normal person, but you can obviously tell she's not. And people think like we'll discuss this at the end because it's very important to the story. But that's her, and people need to realize that. Next, I want to move to Alicent and the Queenslayer. Criston Cole. Criston Cole, man, and Alicent, that scene when she's getting ate up by Criston Cole, bro, it pissed me off. Not gonna lie, it pissed me off. It was hot, but it pissed me off, bro.
It was hot, but it was irritating as shit.
Okay, let me explain my stance on it, and then I want to hear from you. The whole reason of them, especially Alicent, being pissed off with Rhaenyra is because she didn't take her duties seriously, right? She got to do whatever she wanted, which wasn't obvious in season 1, and I'm really disappointed in that being the reasoning of why she hates Alicent hates Rhaenyra, but that's a different video. She hates Rhaenyra. And one of the main reasons why is because she slept with Criston Cole, right? Criston Cole, the pussy that he is, run away with me, and then she says no, and then she says we could still keep doing what we're doing, and then he doesn't want to be called a whore now because he pledged celibacy for being on the Knights, or what is it called, the Knights Guard or Kingsguard, Kingsguard. He thinks his pledge to the Kingsguard was more important than her pledge of being the freaking heir, which irritated the fuck out. He's a pussy to me. Anyway, it was contradicting, bro. That whole scene was contradicting. Them two pissed off at Rhaenyra for doing what she did with Criston Cole. They're fucking. Like, it just doesn't make sense. They're fucking, bro. It's just as simple as that. They're out here fucking. And they're contradicting why they're pissed off at Rhaenyra, and it pisses me off. It irritated the fuck out of me. But let's hear what you guys say about it.
No, I absolutely agree. And yeah, motherfucker, you got all pissy because she was like, we can still do this, but I don't want a relationship right now. She's like, I'm young, like, yeah, I have my duties to the throne, but I'm also trying to have a good time. Okay, like we know that. Shit, that's life. But you got all pissy about it, and then for Allison to be doing the same thing with the same guy in the first place, like, come on, bro. And yeah, Sir Kristen Cole is a gold digging hoe.
Yeah.
He is a gold digger for sure, trying to level himself up anywhere he can.
Yep. And that whole thing, I'm gonna be your whore, yeah, bitch. You're a whore now too. You were before, and you're a whore now. My bad, YouTube. I don't know if we're allowed to say that, but it's just in the show. Don't worry about it. We're calling the character a whore, okay? Yeah, bro. It irritated me, and I was very, very, very confused on the contradiction of that relationship. It was just weird. It was just totally weird.
Yep. And for Allison to really not even have like she says, we can't do that again. Bullshit. Yeah. We know, you were riding him like a stallion in that room. Come on.
She thought she was on Vagar for a minute, bro.
Yep, absolutely.
Next I want to talk about Aemon. Aemon is, you could tell he's very mature. He's probably the one mature person there. He is a through and through leader in a role where he can't lead, which is very unfortunate. You could tell he was scheming, not scheming in a bad way, but scheming for the Greens to attack the Blacks. But his character, man, you could tell he's in the wrong shoes, and he wants to be king. He wants to be a leader. And it just shows, bro. It shows in Aemon. I love his character. Yeah, I hate what he did to Lucerys. Sucks. But I mean, it's hard to hate this guy, bro. It's very hard to hate this guy. His character development so far, from him being a kid to getting bullied by his brother and his nephews, to owning the biggest dragon by taking charge, being this guy who wants more than just the brother of the king. You know what I'm saying? But tell me what you think about Aemon. I think he's dope. I think he's a cool character. But let me hear what you think about him.
He's sick. I mean, there's nothing else to really say. Yeah, he's in a position where if I was going to go Team Green at all, it would just be because of him. And he makes you want to, as much as time he didn't have on screen for this episode, he brought a lot to the table in a little bit of seconds. When he walked in the small council, and Allison's like, "Oh, you're not part of this. Like, step on out." Yeah. He's like, "I'm here because I need to be." He's like, "I'm the best one out of all of us." Yeah, my brother wants me here. I got to be here. Shut your ass up.
And he went straight to the board and started talking about, we need to do this, that, and the third.
Because that's what he was there for. That was his job. I mean, he's the strategist. He has to do that. Yeah. And especially being the best swordsman in the realm, except for maybe Cole, or obviously like Daemon. I would say Daemon's the best out of all of them. But that was his job. And he walked in, showed that I'm here for this, and that was it. And even then, when it was him and Cole in the scene in his quarters, they were still talking about it. He was like, it should be you and me on the front lines, going out there and kicking some ass and starting this war now and finishing it off. And of course, Otto Hightower was going to walk in and ruin some shit, bro.
Right. Fucking, he irritates me. And hey, by the way, shout out to fucking Feet Boy Larry Strong, bro. He is, shout out to Larry Strong, bro. Fucking feet boy, foot boy. Bro, he went to Aegon like a fucking like a G, dude. He went up to Aegon, was like, bro, your father or your grandfather was your father's hand, and look where your father's at.
Yeah,
pretty much. Like, you need to switch some shit up, bro.
Yeah.
And that was something that I didn't think was going to happen. I thought Larry Strong was just going to be scheming through everyone, getting the, kind of like the what's his name, Varys. I think his name was Varys, the bald head dude in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Varys, kind of like a Varys, you know, the secrets around the realm type of character.
But see, here's the thing: I liked Varys. Varys
Me
was a
too.
good character for me. For him to come out, for Footboy to come out and say, your dad's dead. Not fully saying it's this guy, but you might want to change some things up. And Alicent said he's been through 3 kings as the Hand. There's a problem.
Yeah,
There's a problem there because you're not obviously saying the right shit or doing the right things. So yeah, off of your history, you probably shouldn't be now. And even in that case, I think Strong. Yes, he was cool to say that, and especially for him to pull aside in front of people who actually needed the king's attention at the time. He was like, "Hey, let me talk to you real quick." But I don't think he's not scheming because I think if he gets rid of Otto as the Hand, I think Strong's going to want to step in there and be the Hand and the Foot.
And the Foot. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. I love it. The Hand and the Foot. That's funny. Yeah, man. Larys surprised me with that kind of meeting, and also when he went to Alicent, he was like, "I went to your quarters, and they said you were or what do you say, like indisposed or something like that? You were indisposed," and she was like, "Yeah, and."
Because she had her feet on somebody else's back.
Yeah, she had her feet literally on someone's freaking shoulders, getting fucking ate up like there was no more water left. Kiki and Lucas says Larys is jealous Colt is banging Alicent. Facts.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I'm pretty sure Larys knows. And I'm sure Larys is going to do something about Kristen Cole watch. They're going to be beefing.
He's probably got the rats watching for him and then explaining when they come back.
Yep, they're going to be beefing. What else was I going to mention? Otto Hightower. He is he is probably the most hated person in the realm right now. He's taken over Aegon for that spot, but I love his character because he is a necessity for a show like this. You need that villain who literally people do what he says, people take his advice. Even though he wants things to happen for himself, you need that kind of character in a show like this, and especially in a Game of Thrones universe. But like Cersei, Otto Hightower is a Cersei kind of character. Everything she did and said, people listened, and everything always seemed to fall her way. Same with Otto Hightower, man. And unfortunately, it does piss us off sometimes. But you got to love his character, like his necessity to a show like this.
I wouldn't even say. I would say Cersei, more along the lines of Littlefinger, and that's kind of how Strong is for me as well. They have that little scheming behind the scenes Littlefinger vibes. It's just Littlefinger was more of a dick, and everybody knew it right off the rip. But yeah, Otto for him to his character as an actor, obviously this man is known for many, many different roles, and he can play pretty much anything. But right now, bro, you're pissing me off. And if that's your goal, you're rocking it. But yeah, no, every time he speaks, I'm like, just shut up. Him and Cole, stop talking, please. Yeah. And leave the room.
And leave the room. Oh man. All right, man. This is where this conversation is gonna get deep. We're gonna talk about Blood and Cheese, bro. Blood and Cheese was one of the most crazy scenes in a Game of Thrones, not as far as the scene itself, but the moral of what this scene meant to the Game of Thrones universe, House of the Dragon universe. This scene was very hard to grasp as a solution to getting a son for a son. Daemon went to the King's Landing. He found a gold cloak, one of his old one of his old soldiers, and that soldier, his name is Blood. He pretty much said, "Fuck the Hightowers. I hate that." Literally, he said, "Fuck the Hightowers."
He said, "Fuck the Hightowers."
Yeah, And he wanted his money, bro. He wanted his money. So they went to go find Cheese, who was the dude who puts the rat traps all over the realm. Of course, in season 1, we found out the rats are literally all over, getting in everything, and it's a problem. So this guy goes in, sets the traps. He has his kicking toy dog next to him, always with him. But look, before we get into Blood and Cheese, let's talk about Damon going to King's Landing. Of course, it had to happen, but do you think it was right for him to go to King's Landing, or do you think he should have sent someone to go to King's Landing?
You know, I thought about this last night when he went. When he was walking up on the shores, I was like, man, like it needed to be him. You know, if you're gonna really hurt your family, yeah, I think it should be you. I don't think you should send anybody else to do it. But at the same time, he kind of does that. He does send somebody else to go do his dirty work. But yeah, he can't really enter the castle because you know you're Damon. Everybody knows your face. Everybody knows who you are. You have white hair. Even with your damn hood on, we know who you are, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it was so. I mean, hardcore in a way to go to pay some dudes off. Hey, you know what? I need you to go kill my family real fast, and you know you get the rest when it's done.
Yeah.
Wild, just wild.
When he started talking to Blood and Cheese, he said, "I need a son for a son. I want Aemon Targaryen. I want you to go find Aemon. He's a great fighter, so make sure he's can't fight with you guys. Just be careful." And then he looks at Damon and says, "What if we can't find Aemon?" And the screen, he looked at him, and you knew exactly, right? You knew exactly in your head. You're like, "Fuck."
I was like, I didn't know like the intention, but behind that, but I was like, I want to know. I kind of want to know exactly what he says. I hope we get like a little bit of a recap. I mean, obviously, he said something along the lines of pretty much take anybody who fit the description of that. But you know, were you saying like, I want you to murder whatever male Targaryen is in here? I want you to murder any boy with white hair or man with white hair. You know, like and again, what a cold ass scene that could have been. Is to finish that sentence. This is what you're gonna say, and everyone's like, you know, bro, you got me shook right now.
Yeah, yeah, and shout out to the dog, man. The dog got a unfortunate fucking rib kick in the side of the side of the ribs, man. That he didn't.
That.
No, don't hate on the dog, man. Don't kick the dog. He ain't doing nothing to you. I was on TikTok live last night. Shout out to everyone who was in my TikTok live last night. I got hundreds and hundreds of comments talking about the dog, bro. Like, why did they have to kick? Yeah, that's what they're saying. Why they have to kick the dog? Why they have to kick the dog? Man, poor dog, man. Poor dog.
Well, obviously, this man, like, you know, he's an animal catcher already, so he's catching the rats. We don't know what he does with the rats. He probably just kills them. Maybe he feeds them to the dog, or in a way, the dog goes and catches the rats, bring them back to him, whatever the dog catches. Maybe he already treats the dog like shit anyway, and we just got to see, get the fuck out of here. The dog's gonna cause too many problems for them anyway.
Yeah.
Kiki
and Luca said the way it was written in the books, Helena chose the younger son to die, and then it was shocking they killed the other one. It would have been an epic surprise, and instead it wasn't that. Okay, this is where we're gonna get into this. Kiki and Luca, the younger one survives. What Charles says. All right, this is where we're gonna get into it. All right, so. When Blood and Cheese, I want to say this before we get into it. When Blood and Cheese walks into the room where Aemon and Sir Criston Cole were in originally, he shines his fire on the wall, and it's a picture of Dragonstone and Vhagar burning down Dragonstone. Like, it's a mural of that. Sorry, 1 second, chat. Where's my shit? blurred. My shit blurred. There it is. Yeah, so he walks in with the fire. He shines the fire on the wall, and it's a mural of Dragonstone being burned down by Dragonfire. I thought that was a dope ass scene. I loved the mural of it. It was pretty dope. But let's get into it, bro. Cheese walks in, finds Helena, puts a knife to her neck. Blood walks in and says, "Who the hell is this?" Right? Helena doesn't know what's going on. She's scared. Like I said, she's doesn't know what's going on. She's just traumatized from what's and she says, or he says, "I want a son for a son. Which one is the son?" Now, of course, we would have wanted them to make it easier and just look to see who the son was. I think it was kind of dumb the way that they did it, but they had to do it this way because of the book reference in the books, the book material. They ask her which one is the son, right? And if you guys remember that when we were talking about this previously, when Aegon and Helena were talking and earlier in the episode, she says, "I am scared of the rats," right? And she looked to the left. As soon as she said the rats, she looked to the left crib, and she knew that was somehow symbolic of the rats. And then when he comes in, he says, "I need you to point to the boy." Now, the thing about the story in the books, guys, just please remember this. The story in the books has a child, which would be the third child, named Maelor. Maelor is not in this series. There's only two children. They are the twins of Aegon and Helena. There's only two kids. The twins, one's a boy and one's a girl. Maelor does not exist in House of the Dragon. So you guys have to remember the reason of them asking, pointing which kid it is. Like, that's the reasoning. Maelor doesn't exist. Of course, it's different in the books. They're going to explain it more in the books because there's more to explain. There's not that third character that they, that jaw-dropping scene of what Kiki and Luca explained in the comment. It's not there. But people were pissed off that Maelor wasn't there. They were saying, "Where's Maelor?" It doesn't exist, and you take that for what it is because that's what it is. But
I saw a cartoon on Twitter today of that scene, and they did like a cartoon illustration of that scene, and I was like, "Holy shit! Like, this could have been so much worse." I don't think. Yeah, I don't really think for the show. I think this scene is a perfect fit for the show as far as it goes.
me too.
But from what I heard, Maelor existing, who's to say he doesn't, right? Because
True.
Aegon going around doing Aegon things, having his little kids fight in the pit, and obviously I think they even said some of them were actually killed already. Who's to say that one of the kids in the realm of his who are not living in the castle, who's to say that they didn't name him that and he's just still around? But maybe they might go a different route of
Exactly.
him maybe not even being traumatized. Now he's the next one in line for the throne if they decide to kind of go that route. I think that's just one of my theories, but
Yeah.
I think definitely for this scene it worked out that way.
And another thing, guys, Helena, like I said, we're gonna go back to this when Aegon and Helena were speaking before. Helena asked him, "What if he doesn't want to be king?" Which indicates to me, at least, I'll speak for myself, indicates to me that she doesn't want him to be king, and that could be because of a dragon dreamer thing. It could be her seeing things. Like I said, I don't know how that works. I don't know if she could see that far in the future, but it sounds like she doesn't want her son to be king, and there might be a huge reason why. So the reason why people are asking, why did she just give up her son? She might have done it for a reason. She might have not wanted her son on the throne. She might have not wanted that to reflect later on. We don't know yet. So that's the question that you need to ask yourself.
I don't even think along those lines as she doesn't want him to be king. I think if she's that dragon dreamer and she can see the future, maybe in a way without saying it, maybe he can't be king. Maybe she saw this already happening, so maybe he's like, What if he can't? You're wasting his time from actually being a kid while he can, or his last day. You know, don't take him away from what he's got to do.
Yep.
But yeah, I think, you know, if she can see that future, man, she was already ready for it. And I think that's maybe another reason why she doesn't process those emotions like everybody else does. It's because she's seeing all of it prior. It already happened in her head.
Yep. And like I said, the reason why she gave up the one to the left so fast, and it was because she doesn't know what to do in these kind of situations. Like I said, she doesn't know how to process information. I mean, she has a knife to her throat, and she goes, "Oh, do you want my necklace?" I mean, come on, dude. Like, you guys have to have some kind of, you guys have to remember she is not she doesn't process this stuff like normal people, and she has no one to talk to about it because they all think she's crazy. Like, it's just, you guys got to remember that. But another thing, House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, they're known for the gore. They're known for just things being disgusting, and the deaths and there's the sex that's in there. Just everything that's in the Game of Thrones universe is gore.
Dismemberment of penises.
Facts. Hands. Hands, all that stuff, right? What they did with this kid and not showing it was the best move they could have done.
Oh yeah.
Not only did we not want to see it, like it shouldn't be on air. It shouldn't be on film seeing shit like that.
It would have been about as bad as a dog getting kicked that we all had to see. Would have been worse than that.
Pretty much. And like, to me, they did the best thing by not showing. And dude, the sound of them sawing off, that was bad enough, dude.
Dude, it actually made me cringe.
Mm-hmm.
It made me, I was like, oh God, like, yeah, no, and again, as far as her not reacting, because I don't think, you don't know what, like, you're trying to be like, dude, she's gonna lose it, she's gonna freak out, she might do something, she might stab him. She grabs her daughter and gets out and just like kind of walks. She's just out. And I'm like, do something other than just, scream bloody murder throughout the whole castle. I mean, she's not saying anything. She is walking out. She's in a little bit of a panic, but she's like kind of cruising down the stairs. They could have caught up to her if they really wanted to and murdered her too.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know if they would do that. She was kind of.
And that was weird how they let her go like that. And you guys remember when Blood and Cheese were collecting the coins from the table where Aemon and Sir Criston Cole were? He said, "We need the head for a coin. We need the head for the rest of the coin." So they had to do that. And of course, I'm happy that they did it the way they did. And if you wanted to see all that stuff, it's just sickening, bro. It's sickening to me.
And the kid, real quick, sorry.
No, you're good.
Kid, they made the sound effect so great because you hear the kid, muffled screaming, and then once you hear the throat slice, it cuts out. Yeah. I mean, instantly, and you're like, he's done. But you can still hear, like the squelching of the blood and it's his throat.
And that, dude, that's all I wanted to hear, dude. Or not all I wanted to hear. That's all I needed to hear.
Whoa,
that is all I needed to hear. I didn't need to see or hear anything else because that was bad enough, dude. And man, people want to see more crazy. Raymond says they should have done both. I don't agree with that, Ray. I really don't agree with that. I think the way they did it, there might be you got to remember there might be a reason why they couldn't put Maelor in that show. The writing, and people got to remember the writing and from a book to a script is very different. It is extremely different to be able to put everything in a show, and from the book. House of the Dragon or Game of Thrones was the same way. There was a whole bunch of characters they didn't introduce in Game of Thrones, but I think the way they did it was perfect. You can hear them use knives and chop up the kid. It was, yeah, exactly, Kika and Luca. Helena is autistic spectrum. Yeah, is that exactly? She's on the spectrum, and it should be obvious to people because of how the way she acts. And people think like I duetted this guy today, and he said, "How did she give up her son that quick? Does she not love her son? Does she not show any emotion? She no, she doesn't. She's proven it." And I did the video, and it got pretty good views on it, and people agreed with me. So at least people are seeing that as a reasoning of why she doesn't show those kind of emotions.
Yeah.
All right. This part is the ending, guys. We are going to talk about her running down the stairs. If you guys remember in season 1, when Rhaenyra first gave birth and she was first introduced, she was giving birth and went straight to the chambers where Alicent was to show the baby. That distance was the same from when Helena ran down to Helena ran down to from the baby, where the cribs were, where they took the baby, a son for son. That same distance from there to where Alicent was riding like a pony on Kristen Cole. The same distance, bro. Like, she ran down the ship. But the one thing I want to talk about is when she stopped at the end of the stairs, she gasped and she heard something behind her. Now, I don't know what that was, because it couldn't have been the baby's voice. It couldn't have been, because the baby was, for one, hand over the mouth, and they were chopping down at the neck. Now, there was a voice or something was heard, but she stopped. But instead of going to her husband, Aegon, instead of going to Aemon, she went straight to her mother, right? She went straight to her mother's chambers. She was getting busy, and she sat down and said, "They killed the boy." Instead of saying they killed my son, they killed Jacaerys, something like along those lines. She said they killed the boy, right?
Yeah.
I think that's very, very important, that scene right there. And I'm going to tell you why. In my opinion, this is my guess. I did a video on this saying I think Aemon is the father of Helena's kids. And instead of saying the boy or her son, Jacaerys, it was the boy. And you know what I'm saying? So I really think that was Aemon's kid, and they killed him on accident. But what do you think about that part? Instead of her going to Aemon or Aegon, she went straight to Alicent, and that whole scene.
So, yeah, again, no reaction. There's nothing there. She doesn't do what any normal mother would do, other than, grabbing her kid that's still alive and getting out of there. Yeah, I could see that happening. But her saying they killed the boy, that's not a normal thing to say. They killed my son. They killed, she could say anything else to indicate my child is dead. And she doesn't do that, which was weird. And again, Alicent she's not really reacting either. She's just like, I don't know if she was still on her little ride there for a second, but I don't know. It was the fact that she ran for me. She ran all that distance and didn't see a single soul. Nobody else was there.
Yep.
Okay. Is Cole supposed to be the one watching the halls at night, and instead of getting busy with Alicent?
He was watching something, but it was the roof. It was the ceiling. That's what he was watching.
Yeah, I'm like, there's no way, because some guard should be watching the halls at all times. So did he say, "Hey, you know what? We're good for the night. I got this one," and sending everybody else out? Maybe he didn't want to start no drama and have guards see him go into the room.
Yeah.
So I'm blaming him. Period. I don't remember hearing that noise. I was about to look it up on the show, but I did see her reaction to turning around.
Yeah, she stopped and was like, like almost like a deep breath that she took, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was very strange, very strange. And I am curious to see why she didn't go to anyone else's chambers. She just went straight to her mother's chamber.
Well, where she was at was pretty close. Maybe again for saying she does have autism. Maybe that's her safe place. She knows that's maybe a safe place for her to be. So, we could say, in that case, that's her mind. That's how her mind works. Is go to the safest spot. I know where to be at.
Yeah.
So maybe she can't find Aegon. She can't find Aemon. That's it. But yeah, but the see even that part are the kids in their own room, and even if so, how far away is Helena's chambers, Helena and Aegon's chambers from the kids' room?
Exactly.
And why didn't she go there first? Why didn't she warn the king first? Like, hey, someone just killed our kid. Someone might be coming after you right now too.
I mean, the another thing is we knew Aegon was sitting on the throne with his boys, so
That's right.
I can see why she didn't go there. I forgot about that till just now.
But let's think if she didn't know that he was sitting on the throne.
Yeah, true.
Go back to the chambers.
Well, she knew her mom was definitely going to be in the chambers, so.
Mm-hmm.
Man, yeah, man. Guys, let us know what you guys thought about episode 1. If I had to rate episode 1, I would give it an 8 out of 10. I thought the episode was great. Yeah, we didn't get much action until the end, but we got what everyone's mindsets are after the death of Lucerys, and I think that was a necessity. For those who don't know, we are getting 8 episodes this season instead of 10 like we did last season, which will be the first season that we're getting under 10 episodes since the Game of Thrones season 8. So they do have to kind of guide us into the right mindset with only 8 episodes, because the last time we got this, we seen what happened. Also, guys, Matt Smith, it was reported that Matt Smith confirmed they're going to be filming season 3, which has already been greenlit, officially been greenlit. Season 3 will begin filming sometime this year, which looks like we're going to be getting some type of a premiere the end of next year or the beginning of 2026. I'm excited for the rest of this season. I can't wait to see what's next. By the way, X, do you want to do a trailer reaction to the weeks ahead trailer? It's up to you, bro. I know you don't want to, or I
don't like to know, because I like to be shocked. So I think for me, yeah, I don't know if I could do it.
The only thing I'll say to encourage you to watch it with me is you don't really know the characters that well, so you're not going to really know what's going on. I watched it, but it didn't show much. They just showed different characters within the weeks ahead. That's why I think they put it out. But it's up to you. If you don't want to watch it, no worries.
If Brent's watching, do it with Brent. I don't know if I could do it, because I really like to know.
Brent's not watching. You're the only person I know who watches this shit.
You could do it with Garrett.
Garrett don't watch it. I don't know if he's watching it, because he said I think I talked to him about it. Sir Cole, the Queen Slayer. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir Cole, the gold miner.
But yeah, guys, make sure you guys are liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel with notifications on, so you guys are notified once a video is uploaded. Make sure you guys go follow my TikTok, Tones_TV on TikTok. I do video recaps of each episode live as soon as the show is done. We do a live before the episode to kind of talk about it, and we do a live after the episode. We had a great live last night after the show was done. We're going to be doing that on TikTok, and then coming back here to be doing a full breakdown of the show or of the episode. X-Rod will be joining me every week. If he doesn't, make sure you guys hit him up and send him nudes on his Instagram or whatever. Guys, he's going to be joining me every week doing this. This is going to be an every week thing, so make sure you guys are subscribing. But X-Rod TV, appreciate you, brother.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Of course, man. We're going to be doing this every week, so stay tuned. But remind the people where they can find you on social media.
Every social media, and actually, hopefully soon, YouTube. I'm trying to get all my stuff set up. So YouTube, social medias, all of them, Facebook, Instagram, What's the other one? X.
Facebook.
Facebook. Yeah. Well, I do some stuff on Facebook. You can say hi to me. I'm a little more personable on Facebook when I'm on it. So, but yeah, hit me up. Give me a follow. Tell me if you like me. Tell me if you don't. Tell me if you like my opinion. If you don't, I don't care.
Oh, by the way, would you give this episode 1 through 10?
8.
8. Okay.
On the 8. Yeah. I want a little more in certain scenes, but I thought it was great all the way through.
Yeah, I am sad we're not getting a Cregan Stark for the rest of the season, but hopefully we'll see him more. But guys, thank you again for watching. If you guys were not here during the live and you guys are watching this on the replay, make sure you guys are commenting and letting us know what you guys thought about episode 1. Was it underwhelming? Was it overwhelming? Did you like Blood and Cheese? Did you guys like Kristen Cole, Rhaenyra, all that good stuff? Please let us know in the comments below. If you guys want to follow me on social media, Tones_TV on all platforms, and go ahead and follow our podcast, Bad Thoughts Podcast, on YouTube and Spotify. But I appreciate you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next week. Love y'all.